Hello and welcome. It's time for another drama review, so for our moment together here in the gallery, I hope you've got a delicious drink in hand or close by, plus a comfortable seat. This is actually a picture of a pretty cappuccino I had last month when I was visiting with my family and friends, but today I've actually got a vodka tonic. All right, let's talk about this 2023 adaptation from a manga series called Kitchen Knife and Green Chili Pepper. This is a shorter J-drama of 10 episodes that are each just about 25 minutes. The story opens in 1951 in Kyoto and ends in that same city in 1952. This is about a marriage of convenience between the eldest daughter of a family who run a traditional Japanese restaurant and the younger third son of a wealthy family who own hotels. And the female lead agrees to the marriage in order to save her family's failing restaurant. This is a little love story that reminds me of the qualities of the female lead's cooking. It's a love story that I would describe as simple and understated, like the dishes she prepares, yet at the same time it's nuanced and meaningful and delicate but deep. And again, the love story mirrors the female lead's journey with her cooking, facing challenges and misunderstandings, but becoming more skillful with intentional practice, commitment, and determination. It's essentially about two people coming to know each other and themselves better, and growing and improving both as individuals and as husband and wife. I think the series is comforting, with a fairly calm vibe that's low on angst and easy to watch. It's compact, yet satisfying, with rich, subtle details. It's beautiful to watch, with a lovely set, costumes, and cinematography, an interesting historical setting, and the consideration of the changing roles for women at the time. I found the narrative voice of the female lead to be so soothing and pleasing to listen to, and I enjoyed those cooking scenes so much, as well as the occasional moments of humor. Since part of cooking is about making a good match or pairing the right ingredients and flavors and dishes together, here's the theme quote I've chosen for my analysis of this food-based drama. Great love isn't two people finding the perfect match in one another. Great love is two people making the choice to be a match. These words connect well to this drama and the importance of the male lead and female lead making up their minds to truly be together and care for each other. Now it's time for a few select images from the drama which illustrate this theme of choice and commitment. Here's the lunch that the female lead thoughtfully prepares for her husband, and that he gets to unwrap and appreciate in his own quiet way later on. The female lead's attitude as a chef relates to the theme quote too. Again and again, she uses her unique skills, and she also considers the people for whom she's cooking, and she tailors her dishes accordingly. Even though he comes to the marriage not knowing how to even crack an egg, the male lead also chooses to take the time and to learn from his mother-in-law how to prepare some of his wife's favorite foods, and in the process, he gains a better appreciation for how much hard work his wife puts into her cooking. Here, husband and wife picnic on the food he's lovingly made. Here are a series of scenes of the husband and wife working well together at the restaurant, but this is only the result of time and growth in their relationship as they choose to work together and care for each other in lots of little ways. In the first episode, the female lead tells us that her favorite sound is the sound of the knife and chopping board touching each other. We see her chopping up a green chili pepper with her knife. Then she takes a bite and makes a face and says, "Too spicy." But then she keeps chewing and smiles. This kind of sets us up, I think, for how the story will go. The male lead and female lead will meet and repel at first, but then they'll grow to appreciate each other. When he first seems rude and disrespectful, she calls the male lead a green chili pepper, meaning that he's immature. So she wields her verbal knife and cuts him down to size with her words. She even concludes this at first, saying, "You and I are very much not a good match." But the opposite becomes the reality. The male lead recognizes her skill and that her food is delicious and innovative, and he says, "If you're this good, why aren't you the head chef?" She replies, "I don't think a woman can be a head chef." "Why not?" he asks. His youth allows him to question traditional ways of doing things, and he challenges her. "You have the skill, the ability to think outside the box. You lack the determination," he says. And he's willing to keep on telling her that she's good enough until she's ready. The idea of holding hands is a repeated motif in this drama, and it relates to this idea of determination, commitment, and ultimately trust. The male lead attempts to take her hand several different times, but he's refused. At one point, the female lead even says, "I don't trust you," when it comes to following his encouragement about becoming the chef of the restaurant. But gradually, trust does develop between them. She cares for him when he's sick, for example. He comforts her when she weeps for her first husband who died as a soldier in the war. They both think of each other's future and what's best for the other person. When she decides to be the chef, she really seems to be motivated by concern for her husband and his future, and it's an act of love. Here, the male lead reassures his wife, "I'm not going anywhere without you because we're married." He's loyal, and our female lead eventually discovers that he wishes to be her greatest ally. Now, I've got a poem I want to share because it's beautiful and because it relates to the experience of the male lead, perhaps, as he has relocated to the female lead's hometown at the beginning of the story. And he doesn't like it at first, but he eventually chooses to take root in this new place and grows into this new life. This poem was written by Jane Kenyon. Here, you always belonged here. You were theirs, certain as a rock. I'm the one who worries if I fit in with the furniture and the landscape. But I follow too much the devices and desires of my own heart. Already the curves in the road are familiar to me, and the mountain in all kinds of light, treating all people the same. And when I come over the hill, I see the house, with its generous and firm proportions, smoke rising gaily from the chimney. I feel my life start up again, like a cutting when it grows the first pale and tentative root hair in a glass of water. The last scene that I've got for you that relates to the theme of a great love between two people who choose to be a match is this one. Under the same wisteria where she said goodbye to her soldier husband, our female lead chooses a future with the male lead. Fittingly, wisteria is symbolic of romance and the idea of "I cling to you," because it's a vining sort of plant. But it's also a symbol of longevity. He says, "I need you. I want to look at these beautiful flowers with you this year and the next and the year after that, forever and ever." And she responds, "I want to be right next to you looking at these flowers forever and ever." She finally initiates and she hugs him. He asks if she's hungry and she says, "Yes, let's go home and have dinner." And he agrees, yes. The theme music was an easy pick this time around. I've actually got 2 songs for you, and you'll find the links down below in the description. The first song is from the drama's original soundtrack, and it's played at every ending scene of each episode as we get to watch various characters cooking in the kitchen. This song grew to be a favorite for me, and it seemed like the perfect accompaniment to every relaxing end scene. And to match the motif of holding hands and trusting commitment, I chose this song, "Take My Hand," the wedding song. Listen to some of the lines. Forever seems like a long time, but nothing seems like a long time when I'm with you. And take my heart and take my hand again and again, right where we stand. And last of all, I want to spend my life with you. Thank you for choosing to keep company with me here in the gallery for this brief analysis of a little love story. And now, as we each go on our way, let's do our best to stay awake, to gather the beautiful.